everybody, and welcome to another instalment of Jono's Graveyard Jaunts. If you are enjoying the content of the channel so far, can I please ask you to like and subscribe so the channel can grow and we can venture further afield to ever more interesting places. Today we're going to be talking about the tragic and bizarre link between both Mama Cass, who was a singer with the Mamas and Papas, and Keith Moon, who was a legendary drummer with The Who. If we start off by talking about Mama Cass, or Cass Elliot as she was known. Ellen Naomi Cohen, i.e. Cass Elliot, and then subsequently Mama Cass, was born in Baltimore, Maryland on September the 19th, 1941. The daughter of Bess and Philip Cohen. All four of her grandparents were Russian Jewish immigrants. Elliot adopted the name Cass in high school, possibly borrowing it from actress Peggy Cass, according to her friend and fellow Mamas and Papas band member Denny Doherty. She assumed the surname Elliot sometime later in memory of a friend who had died while in Alexandria. After leaving school to pursue an entertainment career in New York, Elliot toured in the musical The Music Man in 1962. Elliot would sometimes sing while working as a cloakroom attendant at the Showplace in Greenwich Village, New York, but she did not pursue a singing career until she moved to Washington DC area to attend the American University. America's folk music scene was on the rise when Elliot met banjoist and singer Tim Rose and singer John Brown, and the three began performing as a triumvirate. In 1963, James Hendrix replaced Brown and the trio was renamed the Big Three. The group in turn lasted 8 months, and then Cass went on to join the New Journeyman, and the band then changed their name to the Mamas and the Papas. The Mamas and Papas split in 1968. Cass then adopted a solo career. And here is some video footage of Mama Cass being interviewed on the Russell Harty show on the 28th of October 22nd, 1974. Elliot collapsed in the television studio of The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson immediately before her scheduled appearance on the show. She was treated at a hospital and released, and then dismissed the incident as simply exhaustion in subsequent interviews. Mama Cass's solo career's crowning moment came when she sold out the London Palladium in July 1974 for a fortnight of concerts. Mama Cass rented out a flat in Mayfair, London for her gigs at the London Palladium, specifically flat number 12, 9 Curzon Place, which belonged to the American singer-songwriter Harry Nilsson. Cass had been suffering with health problems for a while now due to her obesity. After her Friday, July the 26th appearance at the London Palladium, Elliot went on a 48-hour celebration which included attending a birthday party for Mick Jagger at his home. Mama Cass went to bed at the flat on July the 29th, 1974, and died in her sleep from left-sided heart failure due to her obesity. There were no drugs found in her system, and she was just 32 years old. There was an uneaten ham sandwich on the bedside table which had not been touched, and contrary to common misconception, Mama Cass did not choke on the said ham sandwich. Mama Cass was created at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and her ashes were buried at Mount Sinai Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles. Now we're going to talk about Keith Moon. Keith Moon was born to Alfred Charles Alf and Kathleen Winifred Kit Moon on the 23rd of August 1943 at the Central Middlesex Hospital in northwest London. Moon was always hyperactive as a boy with a restless imagination. Moon failed his 11 plus, and his art teacher said about him, and I quote, "retarded, artistically idiotic in other respects." Moon took lessons from Screaming Lord Such Carlo Little at 10 shillings per week for drumming. Moon's drumming style was influenced by jazz, American surf and rhythm and blues, and his favourite drummer was, like that of Led Zepp's drummer John Bonham, the jazz drummer Gene Krupa. Moon also idolised the Beach Boys. Moon in turn joined his first serious band, the Escorts, replacing his best friend Jerry Evans. He then joined the Beachcombers, a semi-professional cover band covering artists like The Shadows. At 17, in April of 1964, Moon joined The Who as a replacement for Doug Sandham. Moon attended a rehearsal where he played a rendition of Roadrunner. The Who described him as looking like a ginger man with his hair dyed ginger and wearing ginger-coloured clothes. Moon stated at the rehearsal to Pete Townsend, "I hear you're looking for a drummer. Well, I'm much better than the one you've got." The band knew they needed Moon after seeing him practically smash the drum kit to pieces on his rehearsal for them. The band often fought amongst themselves as they really had nothing in common with each other than the music. Moon did play the drums as the lead instrument, was often more famous for his offstage antics rather than his onstage, which earned him the reputation of Moon the Loon. For example, Moon was out in a very upmarket restaurant in London's West End and decided to strip off completely and jump into the very large fish tank in the restaurant for both a reaction and fun. Moon's favourite antic was to flush very powerful explosives down hotel toilets and blow them up. Moon's preferred kit was a combination of Ludwig and Premier drums and Zidane cymbals when playing. The Who went on to sell over 100 million records worldwide. Now, Moon has struggled with alcohol and drug addiction all of his life, and here's a final interview with Keith Moon in America.
Hit after hit after hit, and now they have just done another album, their first album, as a matter of fact, in 3 years. It's called Who Are You? Two members of the group are with us this morning, Peter Townsend and Keith Moon. And good morning.
Good morning.
Keith, that's Keith
Yes.
there in the red shirt, and this is Peter right
All
here.
right.
Why were you laughing when you looked at that film or tape we just ran?
Funny, isn't it?
Why is it funny?
Well, it's weird. I suppose it's weird to see yourself that long ago.
How long ago was it? Week, 10 days?
12 years.
12 years ago?
60. That film was that piece of film was actually made by a man called Kit Lambert, who was the first real manager of The Who. And he became our manager because what he was really interested in doing was making rock films.
Keith Moon had borrowed £7,500 from Pete Townsend to rent the flat owned by Harry Nilsson, located at 9 Curzon Place, Mayfair, specifically flat number 12. The flat's location was ideal for Apple Studios, Tramps Nightclub and the Playboy Club. On the 6th of September 1978, Keith Moon had gone to see a preview of the Buddy Holly story as a guest of Paul McCartney. Now, Moon was trying desperately at this point to try and combat alcoholism and was taking a drug called Hemeverin at the time, which is a prescription drug to fight alcohol addiction. After the film premiere, Moon had gone to sleep in his bed at the flat on September the 7th, 1978, and he never woke up. The autopsy revealed Moon had died by an overdose of the tablets Hemeverin. There were 32 found in his system, of which 6 were digested and deemed sufficient to cause death, and over 26 of the tablets were undigested. Moon was created at Golders Green Cemetery, and his ashes were scattered in the Garden of Remembrance. So yes, the connection is both Mama Cass and Keith Moon died in exactly the same flat, flat number 12 at 9 Curzon Place, Mayfair, in London's West End, in the same bedroom and actually in the same bed. Yes, the same bed, 4 years apart. Cass in 1974 and Keith Moon in 1978, and they were both just 32 years old. Now, Harry Nilsson, the flat owner, knew both Mama Cass and Keith Moon very well, and the tragic loss of losing 2 of his friends in such a short space of time traumatised him that much that he sold the flat to Pete Townsend of The Who. He then gave up the partying lifestyle and in turn moved back to LA for a quieter life. Both Mama Cass and Keith Moon were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame posthumously.